This scene plays out every day at schools across Canada. The vast majority of bus trips go just fine, but then there are tragedies, like the one in Alberta a decade ago that killed Donna Noble's daughter.
I put Jenny on the bus to school that morning. By the time I got to work, she was gone.
She believes Jenny would have survived if she'd been buckled in.
You hope that somebody would have learned from Jenny's incident, but evidently it doesn't seem to matter.
For years, Transport Canada used a 1984 study to argue against the use of seatbelts on school buses, saying they're not only unhelpful, they may also cause injuries. But last fall, the Fifth Estate exposed serious problems with that study and its conclusions.
This problem needs to be fixed now.
I have instructed my department to take an in-depth look at the question of seatbelts in buses.
The federal transport minister promised action.
We'll try to do it as quickly as possible.
3 months later, Petra McGowan wants to know what's taking so long.
How are you doing?
Her daughter Emerson spends an hour and a half on the bus every day.
Definitely happy to have her home, safe, sound.
She's always worried why bus drivers are the only ones buckled up. So she started a group called Manitoba Parents for Mandatory Seatbelts, calling for school buses to be retrofitted. Several unions have already objected, saying they don't want drivers held responsible for keeping kids buckled in.
I feel that we do have the data, we do have the research studies that are showing clearly that seatbelts save lives.
McGowan and others are asking Canadians to sign a petition. They'll present it to Marc Garneau, hoping to keep the pressure on.
I think it affects any parent because kids go on school outings, right? And it also affects lots of sports teams that use school buses.
Garneau says he'll get input from his provincial counterparts at a meeting in Montreal this week, and he's signaling an announcement could be imminent.
We're ready for this, and we're going to act as quickly as possible. For me, it's an urgent project.
Provincial ministers we spoke to say they're waiting to take their lead from Ottawa. They'll have to enforce whatever Marc Garneau announces, something that could happen as early as tomorrow. Karen Pauls, CBC News, St. Anne, Manitoba.